Good morning, dear children. Welcome to Max session. So today we are going to see the continuation of chapter 3, understanding quadrilaterals. So this is the last topic of chapter 3. So can you please recall the topics what we have learned in chapter 3? So what is the first topic we have learned in chapter 3? Definitions of quadrilateral and different types of quadrilateral we have seen. Next, polygon and regular polygon, convex polygon, concave polygon. Then we have seen trapezium, kite and parallelogram. So parallelogram, mainly we have seen the properties of parallelogram, and based on that we have done some problems. So then we have started learning the rhombus. Then now today we are going to see about square and rectangle. So based on all these definitions and properties, we have done many problems. Then we have done how to identify the angles, how to apply the concept like corresponding angles, adjacent angles, then angle sum property. Angle sum property for all the shapes we have learned. So these are the topics which we have covered in chapter 3. So now we are going to the last topic of chapter 3. So side by side, please learn the definitions and the problems. Okay. So if you study the definition, if you understand the properties, then it is easy to do the problems. Okay. Now let's see the topics. Some special parallelograms. So second one is a rectangle. Do you remember, children, in the last session we have learned about a rhombus. Right? What is a rhombus? A rhombus, all sides are equal in length. Do you remember? What is the difference between rhombus and kite? What is the difference between rhombus and kite? Kite opposite sides will be any two pair or opposite sides will be equal in length for kite. For rhombus, all sides are equal in length. Then we can say that rhombus is also a parallelogram and it is also a quadrilateral. Then what is the one main property we have learned for rhombus? The diagonals of a rhombus are perpendicular bisect of one another. So what is the meaning of, just take it, what is the meaning of diagonal bisect each other? Just normal, you leave the perpendicular, just say what is the meaning of diagonals bisect each other? I used to repeat this, right? What is the meaning of diagonals bisect each other? Bisect each other means each diagonals cut the other into two equal parts. You look at here. Can you see here? I have drawn a rectangle. I have drawn a rectangle and I have marked the diagonals. How you will draw the diagonals, children? By joining the opposite vertex. So from here to this point and from here to this point. You can name the vertex, no problem. So can you see here two diagonals, they meet at one point. They bisect at one point. We have given the name as O. So diagonals bisect each other means they just cross over. So this point, we can take this as A. AO, and we can say when diagonals bisect each other, we can say that we can take this point as A. Okay, we can say AO is equal to OB. We can give this name as B. AO is equal to OB. So when diagonals bisect each other, when they cut each other, the two equal halves. Here what are the two equal halves? AO and OB. We can name this as C. So OC and OD also equal. OC is equal, you can say OA is equal to OB. Why we are saying OA is equal to OB? Because diagonals bisect each other. When diagonals bisect each other, then the two parts, it divided into two equal parts. So OA is equal to OB. So AB is a diagonal. So when these two diagonals bisect each other, then AO, this half, AB diagonal, we can split into two equal halves, AO and OB. So AO will be always equal to OB. That is the meaning of diagonals bisect each other. Now what is the meaning of perpendicular bisector? Perpendicular bisector means the angles formed here. They'll bisect each other and angles formed here will be 90 degree. So angles around here will be equal to 90 degree. Perpendicular bisector means angle formed there will be 90 degree. Understood? Now can you find the difference between bisect each other and perpendicular bisector? Okay, now let's see the rectangle. You all know rectangle because from the smaller classes itself you will be learning the properties of rectangle. What are the common properties you are learning for rectangle? Opposite sides are equal, interior angles are 90 degree. It has diagonals. These are the same simple properties from the small grade itself you are learning, right? So now let's see what are the properties here we are going to learn. The same properties but little more properties like about the diagonals you will be learning little more. Okay children. So what is the first point? A rectangle is a parallelogram with equal angles. A rectangle is also a parallelogram. Why it is also a parallelogram? Because opposite sides are of equal in length. For a parallelogram, what is the definition of parallelogram children? Opposite sides are equal in length. Opposite sides are parallel. So for rectangle, rectangle is also a parallelogram with equal angles. All the angles are equal for a rectangle. So what is the measurement of the angle for a rectangle? Angle is equal to 90 degree. Interior angle. Can you see here? I have marked the angle. So each angle will be equal to 90 degree. Then being parallelogram, the rectangle has opposite sides of equal length. We all know opposite sides of a rectangle are of equal in length. And diagonals bisect each other. Diagonals bisect each other. I have explained about diagonal, right? So diagonals bisect each other. So these are the some basic properties of rectangle. Let's see the remaining properties. Okay children. So children, the property of a rectangle, we are going to see the diagonals of a rectangle are of equal length. The diagonals of a rectangle are of equal length. So I have drawn a rectangle. Can you see here children? I have drawn a rectangle. So these two sides. So this side and this side are of equal in length, and this side and this side opposite sides are equal in length. We know for a rectangle opposite sides are equal in length. Then we have drawn a diagonal. So can you identify the diagonals here? What are the two diagonals? AC and BD are the two diagonals. So AC, A and C, this is one diagonal and this is the second diagonal. So BD is the second diagonal. So what are the two diagonals? AC and BD. So when we draw this diagonal, we are getting triangle, right? So we are going to take two triangles from here. So one triangle is A, B, C. Can you see here one triangle children? So when you draw the diagonals bisect, right? They just cut at this point. We can give this point as O. We can name it as O. We can name it as O. Now take this triangle A, B and C. This is one triangle, right? This is one triangle A, B and C. Then another triangle A, B and D. We can take this triangle A, B and D. Another triangle. So after bisecting we got two triangles. One triangle is ABC and another triangle is ABD. Now let's see the proof. How we are going to prove this. So now we are going to prove that diagonals bisect each other. So look at here, we have drawn a rectangle, then we have drawn the diagonal. So here what are the two diagonals? AC and BD are the two diagonals. Now we are going to take a triangle. So we are going to take the triangles A, B, C, one triangle, and another triangle A, B and D. Can you see in this figure? So I have drawn that triangle separately. So ABD one triangle and ABC another triangle. So in that, which is the common side children? In this two triangle, AB is the common side, right? So we can write AB is equal to AB because that is a common side. Next BC. BC is equal to AD. So look at this rectangle. AD and BC are the opposite sides. We know that opposite sides are equal in a rectangle. So we can write BC is equal to AD. Why we are writing like that? Because opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. Next one, can you see here? A is a right angle, right? It's a right angle. Right angle means 90 degree. So here A is 90 degree and in this triangle, second triangle, B is 90 degree. So we can write angle A is equal to angle B is equal to 90 degree. So here we can apply SAS congruence. Why? Because two sides are equal, one angle is equal. So we can say this is SAS criteria. We are applying here SAS criteria. Now from all this we have understood that, then what is the left over here? AC. So we got here two sides equal, angle equal, therefore we can say that AC is equal to BD. Here AC and BD are the diagonals. Here AC and BD are the diagonals. So we have proved that AC is equal to BD. Thus the diagonals, beside being equal in length, bisect each other. Since these two diagonals are equal in length, we can say that diagonals bisect each other. Okay, so here we got two diagonals. AC is equal to BD. So that is AC is one diagonal and BD is another diagonal. And we got that AC is equal to BD. So we can say that two diagonals are equal. If the two diagonals are equal, then we can say that the diagonals bisect each other. Now understood, children? Now let's see the next topic. Next we are going to see about square. So we have seen in this rhombus we have seen, next rectangle we have seen, now we are going to see about square. So square, what are the common properties, children? A square is a parallelogram because opposite sides are equal in length and opposite sides are parallel. So we can say a square is a parallelogram. Then all sides are equal. You know a square means all sides are equal in length. And angles formed in the square is 90 degree. Angles formed in the square is 90 degree. So each interior angle is 90 degree means the angle which is formed inside is 90 degree. Look at here in this square. This is 90 degree. This is 90 degree. All the angles are 90 degree. So diagonals are of equal length and bisect each other at right angle. So here the diagonals are perpendicular. Diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. Here the diagonals are perpendicular bisectors. So right angles means it's a perpendicular, right? What is other name? In other way they'll ask the diagonals bisect each other perpendicular. Perpendicular means 90 degree. Okay. So here diagonals are of equal length and bisect each other at right angle. So what is the meaning of bisect, children? Each diagonal cuts the other into two equal parts, so that both the diagonals are equal. If they bisect each other means the diagonals are equal. For rectangle we have seen just now, right? If the diagonals bisect each other, then what is the meaning? The diagonals, both diagonals are equal in length. If we are saying the diagonals bisect each other at perpendicular means or at right angle means the diagonals are equal in length and angles formed will be there 90 degree. So that is for square. The square, the diagonals are of equal length and bisect each other at right angles. Understood? Now let's see the property. Hello, Yoshila ma'am. So what is the property of a square, children? We are going to prove here. We are going to prove the diagonals of a square are perpendicular bisector of each other. The perpendicular bisector of each other means at 90 degree. So draw a square. Just draw the diagonals. Here what are the diagonals, children? AC is the diagonal and BD is the diagonal. They bisect at the point O. Okay, so angles, interior angles are 90 degree. So after drawing this diagonals, we got triangles. So what are the triangles we are going to take here? A, B and C. One triangle. Another one B, A, D. So one triangle is B, A, D. Like this one triangle. And another one is A, B, C. ABC. So these are the two triangles. So in this, what is a common side? AB. AB is a common side, right? Which is same for both the triangles. So we can say AB is equal to BA. AB is equal to BA. Look at here. For triangle ABC, ABC, AB is common. And for triangle BAD, I have drawn the triangle separately. Okay, for triangle BAD, BA is common. So for both the side AB and BA is common. So that AB is equal to BA. Why? Because that is a common side. You can write that in a bracket. Next, BC. Can you see here BC? BC and AD. So BC, can you check this in this square? Where is BC? Here, BC. And where is AD? AD. These are the sides of the square, right? So BC is equal to AD. So in this triangle we can say BC is equal to AD. In the bracket, sides of a square. We know that all sides of a square are equal in length. So we have drawn a diagonal and we have taken the triangles. We have taken the two triangles from there and I have drawn the triangle separately. We know that all the sides of a square are equal. So here we can say from this triangle BC is equal to AD. Then interior angle. So here which is a 90 degree, angle B is 90 degree. Can you see here? And here angle A is 90 degree. So measure of angle B is equal to measure of angle A is equal to 90 degree. So in this triangle ABC is equal to BAD is equal to 90 degree. So that's the meaning is angle B is equal to 90 degree and angle A is equal to 90 degree. Now in this triangle, now in triangles AOB, AOB, we can take another triangle. AOB and next one AOD. AOB, one triangle. If you want, I'll mark it here. Look at here. AOB. This is one triangle. Another one AOD. This is another triangle. In this OB is equal to OD. In this you can say OB is equal to OD. Because diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Here diagonals bisect each other. If a diagonal bisect each other, then we can say that it cuts into two equal halves. So we can say OB is equal to OD. Therefore, we are writing here OB is equal to OD. Why we are writing OB is equal to OD? Because diagonals bisect each other. So, these two halves will be equal. So, OB is equal to OD. Therefore, diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Therefore, diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Understood now, children? So, you have to draw a square. You want to draw the diagonals. Then you want to take down the triangles. After taking the triangles, just compare it. So here you have AB and BA two equal sides because that are common for the both triangles. And next one we have taken BC is equal to AD because that is a side of a square. So we know that sides are equal. Then we have taken angle B is 90 degree, angle A is equal to 90 degree. So we can write angle B is equal to angle A is equal to 90 degree. Then now in triangles AOB and AOD, we have taken another triangles. In that OB is equal to OD because diagonals bisect each other. That's why we are getting the both part equals. Understood now, children? So you know all the properties of a square and apply that and prove this. Okay, now let's see the next part. Let's see the next question. Explain how a square is a quadrilateral. You want to explain how a square is a quadrilateral. We used to say, right, a square is a parallelogram, square is also a parallelogram, square is also a quadrilateral, then square is also a rhombus. We used to say, right, now we want to give the explanation why we are saying that. So do you remember the definition of quadrilateral? A quadrilateral has 4 sides, 4 vertex points, 4 angles. For square also we have 4 sides. So we can say that square is also a quadrilateral. Look at here. A square has 4 sides. Therefore, it is a quadrilateral. It satisfies that quadrilateral also has 4 sides. So square also has 4 sides. So we can say that a square is also a quadrilateral. Next one, parallelogram. For parallelogram, we know that opposite sides are equal and opposite sides are parallel and diagonals bisect each other. For square also, all the sides are equal. Opposite sides also equal for square. Then the diagonals bisect each other. So look at here. The sides of a square are parallel to each other and diagonals bisect each other. Hence, it is a parallelogram. Next one, rhombus. You all know for rhombus also all the sides are equal. For square also all the sides are equal. So for square the diagonals bisect each other perpendicular. So for rhombus also the diagonals bisect each other at perpendicular. Look at here. Yeah, all 4 sides of a square are of same length. All sides are equal and diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. Perpendicular means 90 degree. Diagonals bisect each other at 90 degree. So hence we can say a square is also a rhombus. Okay, square is also a rhombus. Next one, a rectangle. We all know that opposite sides of a rectangle are equal. For square also opposite sides are equal and all sides are equal. So anyway opposite sides are equal for square. Then angles forms. Interior angles for square all angles are 90 degree and for rectangle also all the angles are 90 degree. So we can say that a square is also a rectangle. It also satisfies the property of a rectangle. A square is a rectangle since each interior angle measures 90 degree. As I said, all the interior angles are 90 degree and diagonals are of equal length. So here also the diagonals bisect each other. So the diagonals are equal. Since the diagonals bisect each other, the diagonals are equal. Hence it is a rectangle. Understood, children? They are comparing a square is also a quadrilateral, a square is also a parallelogram, a square is also a rhombus, a square is also a rectangle. So we want to give the explanation why we are saying that. So what are the properties square has satisfied for this rectangle, rhombus, parallelogram and quadrilateral. Okay, so you just read it carefully, understand it. From this you will get 1 mark question. Okay. True or false you will get 1 mark question. So please understand it. What are the properties we are applying? Why we are saying that? Don't by heart it. Don't read it, by heart it and write the answer. Understand it and write in your own words. You should understand the concept and you can write in your own words. Okay. Now let's see the next problem. The next question, explain why a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. You want to give the explanation why a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. So before that, what is convex quadrilateral, children? What is convex? We have studied this word. You remember convex polygon. So what do you mean by convex? Convex means each of its interior angle will be less than 180 degree. So I'll repeat, convex means each of its interior angles less than 180 degree. So for the rectangle, all the diagonals we will be drawing inside the figure, right? For the convex also, all the diagonals will be inside the figure. Look at here. A convex quadrilateral is a quadrilateral whose diagonals lie in the interior of it. The diagonals will be inside the figure. Then we know that rectangle has 2 diagonals. We all know that rectangle has how many diagonals? 2 diagonals. Both the diagonals lie in the interior of a rectangle. Whether we are drawing any diagonals outside the triangle, no. All the two triangles, all the 2 diagonals. Okay, in a rectangle, all the 2 diagonals we are drawing inside. So the same way for the convex quadrilateral also the diagonals lie inside the figure. So hence we can say that a rectangle is a convex quadrilateral. Hence it is a convex quadrilateral. Understood, children? So just here all the for square, rhombus, parallelogram, everything they are comparing. and they are comparing and writing. We used to say a square is also a parallelogram. Then we used to say a rhombus is also a kite. Like this, some properties are there. So what you want to do? You want to read it, understand it, and you want to write in your own words. Don't by heart and write it. Okay, children. So mainly from this you will get the 1 mark question. Choose the correct answer, filling the blanks true or false. So if you understand the concept, then it is easy to write it down. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.